From Indy's streaming news leader, this is a WRTV update.
I'm Nicole Griffin bringing you the latest WRTV headlines. 2025 could be a challenging year for thousands of water utility companies across the state. New rules require the replacement of lead service lines within the next 10 years. WRTV Investigates spoke one-on-one with Bruno Pigat, the acting administrator for water at the federal EPA. 4,000 water systems across Indiana are impacted by the new lead and copper rule. They must do an inventory of the number of lead service lines and notify impact customers. Piggott says utilities are eligible for financial and technical assistance to figure out where lead service lines are and create a plan for removing them.
Can you say whether or not these efforts will continue under a Trump administration?
Well, I can't really speak for the new administration, but what I can tell you is that communities are already hard at work replacing these lead service lines. The communities themselves are committed to improving the public health protections that removing these lead service lines provides.
Water systems can get assistance through the Indiana Finance Authority. IFA says 850 have already requested and received financial and/or technical assistance, and no communities were denied. Piggott says every dollar spent in removing lead service lines saves $13 in other costs like health care. Drinking lead-tainted water can damage the brain and nervous system and even cause heart issues in adults. Police say domestic violence is also a major problem here in Indianapolis. Less than 2 weeks into the new year, and IMPD has already responded to about 200 calls for domestic violence among intimate partners. That is a slight increase compared to this time last year. In 2024, officers responded to more than 6,100 cases. Coburn Place, which helps victims of abuse, says domestic violence can be more than physical abuse.
You have financial abuse, which is when you don't have access to any of the finances. You have emotional abuse and you have verbal abuse. So the biggest thing is, just because someone is not necessarily getting beat up every day, that doesn't mean they're not in a domestic violence situation.
Coburn Place has a 24/7 domestic violence hotline. There is also a national hotline you can call. You can find both of those and more on this story at WRTV.com. For more stories and weather you need to know, just download the WRTV mobile app. Thanks for joining us.